What's up, party people? Welcome back to the channel. My name is VanMeter. I coach life insurance agents to become extremely profitable and build all their processes and infrastructure in 90 to 120 days. That way you can take your insurance agency and turn it into a real fucking business. Because I know your uplines and your IMOs don't teach you real shit. So let's dive right into this. Top 10 tips for selling life insurance, whether it's virtually or in people's houses. I don't really care what you do. Just pick one and fucking stick with it. So we're gonna do this in a specific order. That way it drives the point home better. So we're gonna give you the top 10 tips on how to sell life insurance, and we're gonna do it in an inverse way or deductive way. And then we'll follow up with what to do instead immediately. Number one is never be emotionally intelligent. Never process your emotions. If you just walk around pissed off, depressed, any of that shit all the time, it's really gonna help you make a lot of sales, because why would you want to process emotions? Why would you want to deal with things? Why would you want to face your fears? Makes no sense. Do not become emotionally intelligent. Number two is never ask the right questions. I want you to ask stupid questions. That way you get stupid answers, and it's going to help you piss everyone off and never help anyone make a decision, because that's how you get paid, is not helping people make decisions.
Stop it. Get some help.
The longer you can run someone around in a loop and just keep beating around the bush, it'll help you tremendously, guys. I fucking promise you. Next is I want you to recruit before you even get licensed. I want you to have the biggest team in the industry. That way you're a fresh slate. You're a clean slate. You don't even know what the fuck you're doing. That's awesome. We can learn the right way. We can bring on millions of agents underneath you at a 25% comp while you're at a 200. That way we get 175% overrides like your IMO wants, your upline wants, and we can just make you extremely fucking rich off the backs of other people, even though they won't have the training, the sales processes, any of that shit. So we'll just keep having to bring on new people every week. How cool is that? We'll never set up the infrastructure for them, new agents, to get onboarded, pre-boarded, and trained properly. That's exactly how I would tackle this. I don't want you to understand any processes or anything like that. Processes and systems are stupid, guys. You don't need them. You just need to go force the GoFundMe conversation down people's fucking throat. Cram it down their throat and make them buy. If they don't leave the house. Sleep outside in the driveway. I promise you, they'll love you. Next is don't invest in other programs. Do not invest in coaching programs for sales, marketing, advertising, how to run Facebook. Don't invest in any of that shit. It's stupid. It's a waste of money. And I promise you, you might learn a thing or two, and we don't want that. We want to keep you fucking dumb, stupid, and poor and broke. We want you to be broke. So do not invest in other programs, because you might learn something and you might actually run a fucking business, which is the last thing that we want. Next is activity. I want you to sit at home, jerk off to and play video games all fucking day. That way we don't even have to talk about insurance. We don't even have to face the real problem. So I want you to sit at home and fuck off all day, and I promise you that will help your life and your business tremendously. So do not focus on solving anybody's problems with life insurance or death related shit. Do not even worry about it. They can go talk to Geico or State Farm. That's all they need to do. I want you to manage your money very poorly. Invest all of your money into Fortnite skins and Call of Duty like clans, and keep buying expensive cars to keep up with the Jones family next door. That way you can show off how much debt you racked up. You can show off how poor your money making decisions are. That's what I want you to brag about, is here I know how to set money on fire. Next is I want you to take rejection personally. When someone tells you no or I need to think about it, that means they hate you. I want you to take it so personally. I want you to fist fight all of your fucking customers.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
When they tell you no, you punch them right in the fucking mouth. That'll get them to buy. I promise you won't face any jail time or anything like that. Next is I want you to have a very negative mindset. I want you to have a slave indoctrinated mindset. I want you to take everything personally. I want you to be a consumer and never a producer. I just want you to go out and never sell insurance. I want you to look at the world in a very negative place. I want you to make excuses and run away from your fears. That way we never have to deal with them and life will get a lot easier. And then I want you to have work-life balance, because balance is very important. I don't want you working a lot. I want you spending all of your time with the kids, the wife, the husband. That's all I want you doing is boring shit. Actually, only do fun shit. Just go blow all your money on skydiving, trips to Carnival, or go to Spain and get in a fight over there. Get locked up in another country. That'll make sure your business never grows. Sounds pretty fucking stupid, right? But it's the advice most of us fucking get anyways. So let's follow up with what to do instead immediately. So guys, you want to have emotional intelligence. You have to have emotional intelligence. If you never process your emotions or never understand that emotions are more than anything a biological indicator that you're not happy about something. Oh,
Mason, I'm depressed because I'm not selling any policies or people aren't making decisions. I recruited a bunch of people like my upline told me to.
that's probably why you're depressed. Or you feel depressed. I do not believe I can become depressed. I do not believe depression is a real thing. I believe feeling depressed is very real. I believe feeling depressed comes from a shitty lifestyle. And whose fault is that? You have to take ownership and accountability over your life at some fucking point, guys. So next, you want to have the ability to ask quality questions. Most times, people just ask shitty questions. That's why they get shitty answers. It's not, how do I sell this policy? No, it's how do I get them to say yes to solving this problem? That's a lot more quality question. Or you know what, how do I increase my bottom line of my agency without me doing any extra added work a week? That is a quality question, because now we're going to be able to solve for the proper constraint. So the ability to ask the right questions is going to give you the ability to find the right answers, which is pretty fucking crucial in running a business, guys. Next is recruiting too soon. I don't care what your fucking upline told you. I do not care. I've had uplines tell their downlines not to listen to me because it goes, oh my God, he says the word fuck a lot. What does he know about running businesses, even though he's making more than I am? But recruiting too soon, you're bringing people on that you do not know how to manage. And it's going to lead to a lot of controversy and chaos. People are going to blame you for not helping them create the environment for them to be successful in. Their families are going to fucking hate you. I'm just keeping it real with you. They will blame you, even though it might not even be your fault. But I'm telling you to make it your fault. Everything is always my fault. You need to understand processes and systems. I have CRMs and all that stuff, but understand when is the best time to get this input in place for your business. Having 3 leads, you don't need a fucking CRM. But you need to understand systems and processes to get lead flow. You need to have a sales process in place. That way you can hand out the same script to everyone in your agency. That way if someone is doing something wrong, you can always know where to pinpoint the problem. Next is activity. If you're focused on fucking off 99% of the time, you're never going to make any sales. 90% of your time should be focused on having quality conversations with people who need to buy life insurance. That is what 90% of your schedule should be. Money making activities. Sales calls. And if you're not doing sales calls, you need to be doing activity that generates sales calls. Or you join my program and I'll teach you how to get 3 to 5 book sales calls a day on your calendar on fucking autopilot. A lot easier. A lot more quality conversations when people find you rather than you having to find them. Put you on a pedestal and you have the leverage. Next is you need to manage money properly. If you blow through all the money you just made through on a sale to buy a fucking gold chain like an idiot, you're not going to have any money for leads, advertising, marketing, budget, and any of that shit the next week. Learn how to spend your money properly. I hear people ask for $1 million all the time, but you know what I never hear them ask for? Is the skill to manage that money. What question are you asking? What resource are you asking for? You need to manage your money properly. You need to make sure all your expenses are paid off, that you have plenty of cash flow left over at the end of each month. Next is you do not need to take rejection personally. Guys, that is their insecurity. It is the customer's insecurity. It is your downline's insecurity. It's not personal. It's them. If you're waiting for someone to shine the light from down up above saying it's not you, it's them, here it is. Do not take rejection personally, but make it your fault. Why did they tell me no? Oh, because I didn't deliver the value. Don't take rejection personally, but fix it. That way it happens less and less frequently. Next is ditch the fucking victim and slave mentality. Having a broke or sad person's mindset will never help you in life. I'm not telling you to be optimistic. I'm more of a pessimist than anything, but I'm just real. I see reality and people for what they really fucking are. I do judge books by their cover. If you want to live an uncommon life, you must have uncommon views. So I do not believe the same bullshit that everyone else believes in this fucking fairy tale of a world. This world can get very unfair and ugly, and I like that. I like that. I don't want to think the same as everyone else. I don't care if I wake up pissed. I'm still gonna do what I need to fucking do. It goes back into emotional intelligence. Being able to process emotions and do what you know you need to fucking do, regardless of how you fucking feel. I don't care how you feel. It's irrelevant. Business only cares about inputs and outputs. Business is only money in. Get that through your fucking head. Next is people talk about balance. You need work-life balance. Let me tell you something about balance and entrepreneurship. There's no such fucking thing. There is no such thing as fucking balance in the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey. You're gonna have to go through unbalance to find balance first. And I enjoy spending most of my time doing boring shit working. I'm building a fucking world-class coaching business. I don't have time to fucking play video games for 24 hours a day, watch Twitch stream hot tubs with some fucking girl promoting her OnlyFans. And if you're doing that, quit. Unless you're making a lot of money and you want to scale that up, then reach out to me. I'll help you triple your profits. But work-life balance is a lie, guys. You're going to have to do what 99% of people will not fucking do, which is work 16-hour days. You're gonna have to do a lot of bullshit. People say, oh, I can work smart instead of work hard. No, you can't. You have to do both. If you can work smart and get 10 hours of hard work done in 1 hour of working smart, why don't you just work smart for 10 fucking hours, 16 hours? There is no such thing as fucking balance. You have to manage things. It's a pendulum. You don't want it to be too far on either side. You want it to be right in the middle. But I lean more on the unbalanced side. I focus 90% of my effort, time, energy, and resources into work and business and quality conversations and sales. Like I said, business is only money in, expenses is money out. So those are the top 10 tips for selling life insurance. A lot of them are just habits. Activity is, I would say emotional intelligence is the number one thing you need to prioritize, and then activity. I'd say it needs to be a healthy balance between those two. And you're never gonna find a healthy balance. It's always, the more I start focusing on this, the less I get of this, and vice versa. But hope this helps you guys. If you're ready to join the coaching program at Running Buddies Academy and take your life insurance agency to the next fucking level and stop listening to your upline who, quite frankly, doesn't know how to get you from point A to even fucking point C. I'm gonna give you a walkthrough on point A to point Z. You'll never have to worry about anything but yourself. You are the only variable that can be blamed why this doesn't work. Hundreds of agents have already proved my coaching program fucking works. You're not gonna be the exception. Oh, somehow you figured out how to break something. That's just not going to be the case. So if you're ready to actually take ownership and accountability over your life, reach out to me. We'll get you extremely fucking profitable over the next couple months. I'm not promising easy wins. It's going to be difficult, but it will be earned and you will appreciate it much more. Because if I just give you a short win and you don't know how you got there, then what is the fucking point of it? Not right. So like, comment, subscribe, dislike, all that fancy jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any video suggestions, leave them down below in the comments, but happy hustling, party people.